Hey guys, it's the Gamer Outdoorsman here, and today I am here with Big Gabe Hunter 06 or Claude. Say
Hello.
hello. And I am back with another episode of The Hunter Talks. I know it's been a while. What is it? 2 weeks, something like that. Uh, but yeah, I just haven't really found time to record the second one, so I finally got out and just did it. So, uh, yeah. So, in the comments last time, one of you talked about what I thought the new reserve was going to be and what the animal was. And as you know, it was revealed, or most of you probably know, it was revealed the last couple of weeks that the new reserve is now going to be Australia, which I think looks really nice from the pictures that I was seeing, at least. I'm not sure how the final product will be if it looks anything like those pictures. It looks really nice.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm pretty excited.
yeah, it looks really cool. It'll be different because it's arid and all that. There won't be so much grass on the floor, and probably make it a little bit easier to see things. Um, but yeah, um, other than that, the new species was released, I believe, yesterday, um, and it is going to be the kangaroo, the red kangaroo. Um, Now, about the kangaroo, also they released what the other species are, and those were feral hog, European rabbit, and red fox, if I'm correct. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. Um, no, that's it. Yeah. So right now we have 4 confirmed species on the map, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. But first the kangaroo, since that's sort of the big thing right now. It's the new animal. It's nobody's hunted them yet, so we don't really know how it's going to be. So now we can sort of speculate what it will be like, and quite honestly, I mean, I like. I mean, yeah, it fits the reserve kangaroos. It's Australia, so yeah, it fits. But in my opinion, it's kind of weird. I don't know. I've always found shooting and hunting kangaroos just to be weird, even if it wasn't so restricted in Australia as it is. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, especially if you're like trophy hunting. Like in Australia, it's mainly just done for like uh, pest control and stuff like that. It's not really hunting for trophies or for like sport really so much. I mean, it used to be just killing for sport, not really hunting. That's why they had to put such strict rules on it. But you know, it doesn't really feel like it fits with the rest of the animals in the hunter to me. I don't know how you think of it, Claude.
Um, I really find it's gonna be a pretty nice experience. Like, it's probably gonna be one of the fastest animals in the game. So it's gonna be a really good challenge. But for myself, I don't find there's really a way to score a kangaroo, so I'm just guessing weight. So really, basically, you just got to shoot the biggest kangaroo. So if you
Yeah,
see a big fat kangaroo, shoot the kangaroo. But I really do think this is going to die out very quickly, just like, for example, the red fox, the coyotes, the cottontail rabbit. It's just going to be another species that people are going to lose interest in. Now, what I really do think it will always have interest in, and it'll never die out, is the deer species. Now, so far, I don't think that they're adding any deer species on the Australian map, but I really do hope they do, because then it'll just bring a completely different feel to the reserve. It's just gonna gain a lot more people's interest.
yeah, and we'll probably talk more about those sorts of things in like a little bit too. I mainly wanted to talk about the already confirmed animals right now, but we will go into further depth on that. Um, but yeah, also I wanted to talk about the red fox, which I thought was, in my opinion, not a very good, like you mentioned, it's not a very good fit and or choice for this reserve, because I mean, this is all my opinion, but red fox, I mean, first of all, I know that they are in Australia, they live in Australia, and they're there, but I'm not from Australia, so I'm just guessing here. I'm pretty sure they don't have the exact same, like, they don't act and sort of look quite the same as they do in like North America and like Europe and stuff, because it's just such a different environment. So that would make it sort of hard, especially if they're just importing the current red fox that we all know from the hunter into it. Plus, if
Wow.
it just doesn't seem to fit there to me.
Uh,
And yeah,
Paul,
yeah.
did you see what I just shot?
Oh shoot, I have the
It's a
chat
big deer.
off. Well, looks like you got a nice buck there. 190.
My personal best, so this is gonna get a good picture here.
Nice. I'll have to flash it up right now. There you
If you
go. Yeah.
wanna just, if you wanna go ahead, you can show your audience my map.
Oh yeah. Here. I'm
Just
just
to show
up
where we're
here
hunting.
on the sorry for getting off topic, but he has quite a bit of stuff up here. I'm just up here in the north. He's down there on the stand. It doesn't my map never wants to load, so I don't know if I'll ever get it to, but he's down there. We can see for the most part. Oh, it's loading in. Yeah, that's a nice buck.
Yeah,
I think my personal
I
best like 180 something. Nice. I
it
think
really
the
does suck that I got it in the water though.
oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to drag it out though.
I hope this elk comes in. It might be really big because it's only called once. It's taking its time. Okay, back to the
Yeah,
subject
back.
here.
Yeah.
So the red fox, like I said, I don't really think it fits. Plus, not only that, but the it's never really been that fun of an animal. It's just sort of been sort of annoying and kind of too elusive sometimes. I mean, yeah, it's fun to hunt an elusive animal so often, but that's only very rarely, and especially when you have a brand new reserve, that's like you want to like when there's not really that much there and there's not really that much new, something that's like barely even like I forget sometimes what maps they're on because I don't see them, and when I do they run away so quickly, and I just straight up don't think about it at all. Like they just leave and it's like, oh, I spooked a fox from like 50 meters away, I barely saw it, whatever, get on with the hunt. I never really care about the red fox or the foxes at all. So yeah, it's like I don't think that'll be a very good thing in the reserve. I don't know if you have anything to add to that, Claude.
Um, my perspective on the fox was when they first added it in Hirschfelden, it got a little bit of hype. I wasn't I wasn't too like I wasn't like completely negative towards it. I thought it might have been fun, running around with buckshot, shooting fox with buddies. But just like the coyote, it's a remake of the coyote. The I don't know, me personally, I'm not a big fan of just small game in general. Well, I consider foxes, small game, they just, I'm gonna I'm gonna put it my way. If you shoot a 30 fox, all right, and you shoot, like I just shot, a 190 whitetail, for me, I would feel a lot more proud of shooting a huge whitetail than shooting a fox. Because in my view, the honestly, the fox is just, again, it's weight. You see a big fox, you shoot the big fox. There's nothing that really distinguishes one from another. There's no deductions like there is for deer. So really, you determine the weight of the fox and you got your score right there. But with any of the deer species, it's completely different. There's deductions, you have non-typical points. It's just, you can get a 200 scoring buck, just get wiped all its points out to just a 160 buck. It's just a random game. Like, you really need to know what you're doing when you're trying to score a deer than trying to score small game like fox or coyote, where it's just weight playing in. It's, I don't know. Deer species is what I hunt and what I will always hunt. Small game is, it gets boring.
Yeah, and also, like, with the scoring and stuff, you can actually see, like, if you look at it close enough, the antlers of a deer, you can tell if it's going to get, how much is going to be deducted. Because every deer is deducted points, at least to a degree, unless it is some miracle of perfect antlers. But for the most part, yeah, it'll basically never happen.
You will never get a perfect deer.
You'll at least get like half a point off or something, and even that is like, that's incredibly rare. But you can't really tell how big a fox is unless you've ranked up or you have two fox next to each other, and even then it's not that big of a difference between a, you know, say a 25 scoring fox and a 30 scoring fox. You know, it's hard to tell anything from that. So, oh, forgot to reload my gun. Just dropped 3. Just dropped 3.
Wow.
3 shots, 3 kills. Nice. But
I'm gonna go off topic here for a sec. It's it's still kind of on topic. And again with deers is the hunter can implement a lot more, like how they did with the white-tailed deer, how they added the non-typical. I've been waiting for that for so long, and trust me, once you see one in the game, your heart is gonna race. It's just it's so amazing seeing one in the game and just having that rush of just, you know, this is your one chance. If you lose it, you lose it. Other than like a fox where they can't really do anything to it. A fox is a fox. They score it by the weight. Like, they can't implement any more than what it is. Unlike a deer species where you can, I don't know, just you can add their antlers messed up, which will either increase the score or just, you know, they can add different scoring types to them. It's just a lot more complicated than what, you know, what weight is, because it's not hard to tell a big fox from a small fox if you see them.
yeah, like I've shot a 29 fox once, and I didn't know it was even big until after I ended the game. Like, I didn't even, like, even after I found out how big it was, I didn't know that was big. I shot it without thinking. I went and collected it, saw it was 29. Oh, cool, let's go. And then I left, and I came back, and I was like, oh, that's a decent one? I didn't know. You know, I couldn't have possibly known that was a decent fox. Whereas, like a whitetail or something, if I'm sitting in the stand, and I, like, see a small deer, like a really small buck, like let's say just like a 4-point tiny thing, come out, and I'm like, I don't think I'll shoot it. I'm not really in the mood for shooting a small deer. And then a monster comes out behind it, and I'm like, yes, that's like I get really excited, and I'll be
Uh-huh.
happy that I waited for that, and I could like I can tell which ones to hold off on. And yeah, like there's no way to know. Like you could pick out one out of a group, one fox out of a group, and you would never know which one was the biggest unless you got all of them. So yeah, that's red fox. Our opinions
Oh
on
wait.
that.
Um, and then again, animals like the coyote, the fox, most likely going to be the kangaroo, is because they're more of they travel. Let's just say they travel lots because they do. Um, you can't really track them. Their spooking radius is just so much bigger than what a deer's is. So if you're tracking a fox, if you're not seeing it in a field, if it's not in a field, 75% of the time you're not gonna get that fox. It's gonna spook before you even see it.
Yeah.
Unlike a deer where, if you can't walk right up to a deer, like the most you can get is like 50 meters, and then they start getting, a little aware. But the fox and the coyotes, they're insanely hard to sneak up on. It's either they come to you or you're taking a far shot if you don't got your collar. And even with that is if you don't have the right camo, most of the time you can't even hunt them because they'll spot you before you can get a shot or anything before you spot them. It's it's just a completely different game compared to a deer, well, deer hunting is. A deer species hunting, I should say.
Yeah, and that just sort of makes it annoying is when you spook them and you never even knew where they were or anything. You never saw them. You never had a chance. So it just gets
And
annoying.
one more thing to add is um, with the coyote and the red fox, yes, when I'm hunting an animal, I base myself off the maps that the hunter posts on I think they post them on the wiki of the reserves, and it'll tell you basically what district, or I should say, what part of the maps the animals will spawn in, or most likely to spawn in, I should say. Fox, it's not like that, or coyotes, whatever. It's not like that because they move so quick that by the time you get to that spot, or even whatever, they're going to be at a different spot. There's no consistent spawning rate. I have my, Paul, if you can just go on the map. I have my um, tower stand down here. Now, the reason I did this is because, like I just shot that 190, it's a really high spawning chance for deer and moose. Now, with red fox, on the other hand, or you know what I mean, coyotes, red fox, those kind of species. Really, they have to run into you, and as soon as you hear that call, you got to call to them. Um, but more than half the time, the spawning is going to be different. They're not always going to spawn consistently at that spot. Neither is deer, but it's a lot higher chance of you seeing a deer in the same area as you saw another deer than you seeing a fox and then seeing another fox in that area.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, uh, I just really hope that they reconsider the red fox if they can, please. I don't know if I doubt they'll ever see this video, but I guess they'll see. We'll see what happens. But all in all, with that, I guess it won't it's just sort of, I mean, I guess with any, about the red fox, like, and like coyotes and stuff, which is also my next topic. Um, if anything, they could at least retexture it and call it a dingo. To be honest, I mean that would at
Yeah,
least help it a
like
little bit because it'll fit with the reserve so much better. Just because it's it's a dingo. It's straight Australia. So
no. Uh, what I was gonna add to that is, I recently tweeted the Hunter asking for them to add another deer species or whatever, something else on Australia than just kangaroos. Um, what they said was they didn't have plans for that. Well, I'm sure most of you, or mostly everybody, would love to have a map that has two different animals instead of adding one map and then filling it with animals that the hunter already has in the game. Because if you just add the kangaroo, I really think it's just going to be okay. People are going to go hunt um, Australia just for the kangaroo. But once they get tired of kangaroo, what are they going to hunt? You know, the whole reason they went to that reserve was to hunt kangaroo. They can go hunt. I think they have feral hog on that map. They can just go hunt feral hog on any of the other maps that they have them on. Like, it's not going to be a big difference. They're the same species. They do the exact same thing. There's nothing different with them. It's just, I don't know. I really think the hunters should take their time with this reserve. Even if people start getting mad, we're not in a hurry here. I just think that take your time, add as much as you can, make it a brand new reserve that people are going to hunt over and over and over instead of shooting their one kangaroo and saying, okay, I'm done with this. Let's
yeah,
go back to Red Feather Falls or, Hirschfeld, places like that where it's just, it's filled with animals and animals that people like.
yeah. Also, we were gonna talk about like other things that we like think would fit in there since we can't just like state like something we think is wrong or something that we don't quite like as much and offer just straight up not offer a solution. That would just not be a smart thing to do. So we're just gonna uh, talk about what we thought would fit well and what we thought was really like what we would love to see in this new map. Because when I see this, when I hear about it, I see a lot of potential for this map. I mean, it looks beautiful, has a lot of very unique species that lives in Australia. You know, it has a lot of potential. So I do not want to see this wasted. Now, uh, one of those species that we thought would be good would be axis deer. Now, I'm not sure if any of you actually know what an axis deer is, but um, maybe I can put a picture up there, somewhere here now. Bam, there it is. So,
For all of for all the players that used to play Deer Hunter 2005, I know it's a classic game, but I'm sure most of you for all those people that play hunting games, you had to play it one time or another, and if you didn't, I really suggest you play it because it was a good game for its time. It's a little outdated, but it's not that bad of a game. You can play with friends, but you got to use programs and stuff, but whatever. Um, Now they had Axis Deer in an Australian map. It fitted perfectly well. I think the first thing now, since I played Deer Hunter 2005, when I hear Australia and hunting, I'm automatically thinking of an axis deer. Not too much of a kangaroo. I really didn't even think you could hunt kangaroo until the hunter just, you know, said that you can hunt it. But um, yeah, it's just I would much rather an axis deer or just another deer species to be on Australia than just a kangaroo.
Yeah.
I I really think that's going to help the hunter out and keep people interested because you have to admit there's plenty of people that still hunt deer species. Now, you got the white-tailed deer, you got the mule deer, you got the blacktail, you got moose is considered a deer species, you got elk, red deer. I don't really consider roe deer as a deer species. I don't know. I was never interested in them. But just all those, mid to large game deer animals, that's what's going to catch the attention. That's what people want. The complicated scoring and stuff. It might be hard for the hunter to add that. Well, they already have for the white-tailed deer and stuff, but it's going to take more time of the hunter to do that. But still, I really think it's going to gain a lot of attraction, and in their favor, people are going to spend more money to set up that map because, when it's deer hunting, you really like to hunt with stands and, equipment. I much rather hunt with equipment when I'm doing deer.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
just
hunt
look at
deer.
this map and think about how much he probably spent to set this up.
Yeah,
Each of these large equipment items are at least $4.50 probably. So,
yeah,
yeah. Like, if you think about it, look at, like, places like maybe Rougarou or, I mean, yeah, that has deer, but it's a little bit, it's harder to hunt deer there.
yeah.
So, that one, I have rarely seen people have much on there other than duck setups. Um,
Because that was the new animal at the time.
yeah.
The hunter didn't implement any different animals except the duck. That's what got people's attention. It was one of the first waterfowl animals they added into the game. Geese is kind of considered waterfowl. They do swim in water and all that, but it
Mhm.
was the first waterfowl implemented animal in the game. Now, if you I realize this, but some of you may not. I rarely see people hunt on Rougarou. Um, just hunt on Rougarou. I won't see anybody hunt on Rougarou unless they have a duck set up, which means they're probably hunting duck, right?
Mhm.
Um, Rougarou isn't much of a stalking map or even just hunting on ground. You really need to have that map set up to even shoot some stuff. Like you don't, you don't have to have the map set up, but you know what I mean. Like it's really thick in Rougarou. If you're not shooting something in the river, you're gonna have a tough time shooting it in the woods because
Yeah.
it's just so thick in that map.
Yeah, I mean, hunting in thick maps has always been something that I like, but something about that too is that it's like, I don't know, maybe it's the game mechanics, the AI and stuff isn't exactly set up for that kind of thick map. Cause like in real life, I've snuck up within 10 meters of a deer just casually walking, and that's because around here in Minnesota where I hunt specifically, it is really thick. Like most of the areas, the visible distance is like maybe 10, 20 yards. And yeah, so I use a scope, and a lot of people kind of laughed at me for using a scoped rifle because there's literally basically no point other than the fact that I'm blind without my glasses. Um, Fun fact, the gamer outdoorsman wears glasses. Yes, I'm a nerd. Stop it. Uh, but yeah, like if they, on the other hand, if in real life they just sort of instead of spooking and running away immediately, ow, I just hit my hand. Uh, they anything they just get like more nervous and or sometimes curious and they want to find out what that noise is from. And if you manage to be careful about where you're walking and what can see you and stuff, then you can get really close to these deer, and you can almost always get a good shot if you know what you're doing. And actually, just last fall, I got like easily within bow range of a nice 8-pointer last fall at the public hunting land, where everybody has a very difficult time finding any kind of deer, even does and stuff. And I just walked out there and got a big 8-pointer within like 15 yards, 20 yards of me. And of course I didn't have my bow, but I was hunting squirrels. But still, that just goes to show that it can be decently easy to sneak up on them. Of course, they saw me immediately when I saw them, but still, that you can have enough time to shoot, because they didn't really know how to react to me at that point. We just stood there staring at each other. But yeah. Now, anyways, with the back to new reserve stuff, axis deer we think would be good. Another thing where I don't think we're gonna spend so much time talking about it. We'll just say it's fallow deer would be nice too, but in my opinion, it's not as good. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I just like axis deer, I guess.
Yeah, I extremely love axis deer. I think it's an exotic animal because
Plus,
you don't see them.
On the devs note, it would be I don't know what I was saying, but for the devs on their side, it would be probably easier to do axis deer because they're a little less weird of antlers than the fallow. If you've ever seen a fallow deer, they're kind of goofy. Yeah. But yeah. So axis deer, fallow deer, either one would be good, but axis deer, in my opinion, is first for that.
Axis all the way.
But yeah. Yeah, plus axis with deer, we haven't gotten a new deer since red deer when Hirschfelden came out. And that's been a good almost 3-4, I don't remember exactly when it came out, but it was at least 3 years.
Yeah, it's a couple years ago.
Yeah, because I started playing this game in 2000, like summer 2012, and I know the reserve was out then, and red deer were out already. So they've been out for a decent while, and we haven't gotten a new deer since. So a new deer species would be, in my opinion, just it would completely revamp the game for me, and I would just be all over it. But yeah, those are our opinions on all that stuff. The new reserve. Of course, this is all just our opinion, so probably most of it is never going to happen. But oh well, we can always try to get our voice in. Or you can say, Claude.
I was going to add a couple things. One thing I really want to see that they have to add on the new reserve, please make a sneaky 3D version for that map. They've done it for all the other maps. They said that there's going to be different colors for that map, so instead of making us pay $800 for that Dundee outfit, can you just please make a sneaky 3D outfit? It's probably going to be like 570 EMs, just like all the other ones. Personally, I find they're the best camos. Because they improve with everything. Like, they're just, if you like hunting everything and not just a deer species, then I really suggest you buy the sneaky 3D camos. I was gonna say something else. One thing that I'm gonna like about the Australian map, they're adding feral hog, which to me personally isn't that bad, because you have to think, right? Australia's a map that's most likely going to be wide open. There's going to be little shrubs here and there, maybe some trees. Not too many, though. It's going to be a really dry map. But for that's going to be excellent to put hog feeders down because you won't have to worry about any grass getting in your way. Just you plop the hog feeder down and just that's it. You hunt off of it. You don't have to, arrange it so the grass doesn't get in the way or there's, the shading's right. You can really just plop it down and you're good. Um, of course, I don't know how tall the grass is going to be yet. Just hopefully it's not like Settlers Creek or, just Settlers Creek. Um, I'm Two things I'm kind of questioning myself about is I don't know if there's going to be rain in that map. Hopefully not, because to me personally, rain is just annoying and it's just totally messes up your hunt. Um, and um, I'm wondering if maybe the hunter is not telling us something and we'll be adding another animal before the reserve comes out. Hopefully we can change their mind with the axis deer. We got a little tweet going on Twitter. Hopefully that'll, encourage them to add the deer before the map comes out. I'm just really hoping for an axis deer. I've been hoping for this for a long time now because I'm over tracking and spotting 10 for mostly all the deer species, so a new one would be pretty great. So you have anything else, Paul?
No, we're probably gonna have to end it pretty quickly here. It's been quite a long time. This has been a bit of a longer video than the last one, but there's been a lot of things going on, so in the community and the hunter and all that, so we want to spend more time talking on this. So yeah, but we're gonna have to wrap it up here. Basically that's the new reserve. We'll see what happens. Also I wanted to talk, just say some quick news things about like more me and my channel. Now this series, of course, there will be more episodes, hopefully. I can't promise exactly if I'll be able to make this, but I'm planning on having them every Friday. That's assuming I get things to talk about. So also with that, that means that I'm going to need things to talk about and like from you guys. I want to hear what you guys want to hear about and hear my opinions and hear other people's opinions about in the comments. So please leave a comment in there about anything you have an idea for a video, so that because that's what I want to surround this series off of. So yeah, just leave a comment down there. Also please like and subscribe to this. Yeah, also tomorrow, I don't know when exactly this video is gonna be up. Maybe it won't be up till tomorrow, but on Saturday, this Saturday, I may or may not be able to live stream. I don't know. I'm going to be over at visiting my grandma's for a while, which yeah, I'm going to be staying over there, and she has nice internet, so I'm thinking of maybe bringing my computer over there and maybe live streaming for maybe an hour or something. So I don't know how that's all going to work out. So either follow me on Twitter, the Gamer Outdoorsman at Gaming Outdoors, because I'll tweet out if and when I'm going to do that, or follow me if you don't have a Twitter. Follow me on Twitch, Twitch TV / the Gamer Outdoorsman. I believe that's what it is. Yeah, pretty simple. Just see what happens. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But yeah, anyways, that's it for now.
Before we end it, if you guys do agree with us and you want that axis deer, please just tweet the hunter, just beg them for axis deer, do whatever you can. We're trying our butts off right now. I don't know if they're going to change their mind. I don't know if they're stubborn or not. Just the more people we got in this, the, you know, it'll make them decide pretty quickly. So just, if you want access deer, just ask for access deer. Tweet them. Don't be shy.
Yeah. Yeah, just make sure to let them know, 'cause I'm guessing like any logical people, the dev team are going to listen to reason, and if we let them know exactly how much we want certain things, they are probably going to listen, because they're not here to just, or I'm assuming they're not here to just like put out a crappy reserve, crappy game just to extend the life of the hunter a little bit until they can get something else out. Um, I'm guessing that hopefully they want to listen to us and make it as best as they possibly could. So just let them know. They have to know what you want in order to do that, so let them know that. So
And
please express how much you want certain things, like axis deer or whatever it happens to be.
and the hunter the hunter won't be upset that you're tweeting them and you know you guys want access here. This is helping the hunter out. This is from a player's perspective, what they want to see in the game, what they find will be interesting, and something that they would hunt over and over again. So just let them know what you want, guys.
Yeah. Well, we're running out of time here, so that'll be it for us. Oh, there's a deer right over here. Little blacktail, looks like. I'll just shoot that quickly. But yeah, that I am the Gamer Outdoorsman. This has been the Hunter Talks, and I will see you guys later.